Hello everyone, and today we are back for another Lumian Legacy Top 5 video, and we're going to be talking about the top 5 most improved Lumians during the Haunted Village event. And when this event came out, a lot of Lumians got some brand new rally moves and some new moves altogether. So with that out of the way, let's head right onto this top 5 list. So number 5 onto this list is going to be Ferroglyph. Ferroglyph's new move is Landslide, and this is a pretty huge improvement for Ferroglyph. Yes, it already did have Boulder Blast, which can technically do more damage than Landslide, but the problem with Boulder Blast is that it's extremely inconsistent. Sometimes you can hit 2 times and do only 50 damage, or you can hit all 5 times and do 125. Not to mention that Boulder Blast has a 90% chance of hitting its attacks, meaning that it has a small chance of missing its attacks. With Landslide, on the other hand, its damage is always 90, and it will always hit. And that is a big deal when you're using Ferroglyph, because fire types are really weak to Mudslide, and there are no other moves that Ferroglyph has that can hit those fire types super effectively. So if you wanted to hit those fire types super effectively, you used to run Boulder Blast, but with Landslide, it's a lot more consistent and a lot more useful. It's also another good move that can hit to Clips, because all of other Ferroglyph's moves can't hit to Clips neutrally. So if you get a couple Peace of Minds up and get to Clips chipped, you can actually hit to Clips for neutral damage. It isn't the biggest improvement for Ferroglyph, and that's why it is only number 5 and not higher, but it's still a huge improvement that does help Ferroglyph a lot. And that's why it's on the top 5 of this list. Number 4 into this list is going to be Arcelos. Now, Arcelos didn't get any new rally moves, but it just got a brand new move altogether. Boiling Press. This is basically the melee version of Deep Freeze, meaning you can actually hit water types super effectively, which Arcelos, before getting this move, was completely walled by water types. Like, every water type walls Arcelos. Now, not only can it actually hit those water types, but it can actually hit most of them super effectively now. It can even hit some of them quad effectively. It can hit Samarine quad effectively. It can hit Cephalops quad effectively. It can even hit Malmurk quad effectively. Yes, it's another move that Malmurk is quad weak to. So, yeah, not very good for Malmurk. But for Arcelos, it's awesome. Because with all that extra coverage you have now, when you combine that with the Burning Rage ability, your Boiling Press is going to do a whole ton of damage. Not to mention that it still has Outburst, it still has Bulk Up, it still has Near Enchantment, and it has Slumber to regain its HP. And a very good defensive typing puts Arcelos pretty high onto this list. It doesn't go any higher than number 4 because it still doesn't have that much coverage, but the fact that it can hit water types now makes it really good. Number 3 onto this list is going to be Avatroth. Yes! The bottom 3 Lumian in this game makes the top 3 spot on this list, because Rogue Assault makes Avatroth so much better. It finally has a move that can hit ice types. This is a huge deal. It could never hit ice types in the past, and now it can hit them super effectively with a 120 power move. Not only that, Rogue Assault also doesn't recoil your Avatroth. So if you can get a broad boost up, it will be a lot easier getting your sweep. Yes, you do lose your range defense assist, but it doesn't matter when you get a rev up boost and outspeed everything. The biggest threat is mainly priority moves and also spirit types, because there's still quite a few Lumians that can beat you, like Icy Goal and even certain melee takes to an extent. But Rogue Assault makes Avatroth so much better now. I'm serious. In the past, this is the bottom 3 Lumian, or at least the bottom 5 Lumian, because it recoils itself and can only get 1 KO. But now, it's actually legitimately really good now, and can be really dangerous. I'd even say it's an above average Lumian that can be very dangerous. It's gotten that much better by getting Rogue Assault, and that's why Avatroth makes the top 3 on this list. Number 2 onto this list is going to be Serenite. Serenite also got Boiling Press, but it's even better on Serenite than it is on Arcelos. Yes, you can't quite hit as hard because Awakening doesn't do as much damage increase compared to Burning Rage, but this is still really good for Serenite. just like with Arcelos, you can finally hit those water types super effectively, which is awesome. And when you combine that with its metal fire stab and slap down and brawler coverage, this thing can be extremely dangerous. This thing even has Drudge, meaning that you can use an Awakening Searonite with Boiling Press, and it can be an easy setup sweeper and win the game. You can even run this with Armor Down and Rageful Plushie, and it can even be a good setup sweeper that way. And not to mention, the fact that it can also have Barbs, Raging Flame, and a bunch of other movesets that this thing could run, makes Searonite insanely OP with Boiling Press. You can even run a lot of different sets with this move. You can run a defensive one to just hit the water types. Heck, you can even run Raging Flame as well to stun those melee attackers, which is awesome. There are so many reasons to run Boiling Press on Searonite, and it makes Searonite a whole lot more dangerous now, especially against those water types. And that's why it deserves number 2 on this list. The number 1 most improved Loomian from that update is Joltooth. Yes, Joltooth makes the number 1 list with 2 new rally moves, Earthquake and Drudge. Drudge is decent because it has only 69 speed and 126 melee attack, so when you get a Drudge up, it can actually outspeed a lot of the game, but that isn't the main improvement with Joltooth. It's a very good improvement, but it still does need a couple Drudges in order to actually get the sweep. The big thing that makes Joltooth a lot better is Earthquake. Instead of the other move, which does only 60 damage, Clay Slap, Earthquake does 90. That is a 30 damage improvement with a more consistent move. So, Earthquake is the main move I'm talking about here. And this makes Joltooth extremely OP. You can actually hit a lot of legit things with Earthquake now. You can hit Tyrex pretty good, you can hit Moraith really good, and you can hit all those metal types really good as well. On this clip, I actually predict the Soul Burst Dakuda and hit it super effectively with an Earthquake. A Clay Slap would not have KO'd Dakuda. And with that out of the way, this makes Joltooth the most improved Loomian from the Haunted Village event. Or is it? Is it? It's not, because 1A, the most improved Loomian, is Scampy! Scampy is God. Scampy is OP. Best pre-evolved Loomian in the entire game. It may only have a base health of 10, but it hits extremely hard with Drop of Youth, very robust, trash armor, and its 2 new moves, Battering Ram and Body Crash. The most OP pre-evolved Loomian in the entire game. Yes, I made its own number 1 spot just for Scampy, because it's the best Loomian added into this update. The most improved Loomian added to this update. This thing is a melee tank. Can soak melee hits really well. It can even soak ranged hits with a tap. This thing is extremely fast with 110 speed. Has very good coverage. It can be very dangerous. It's sweeping teams. I'm serious. This tiny little Scampy is sweeping teams. It's by far the most improved Loomian in the Haunted Village update, and there's no contest. Yes, it may not be the most OP Loomian in the entire game, but it's the most OP pre-evolved Loomian in the entire game by a long margin. It definitely competes with like Lampurge and Odasho in that range. And the fact that it hits so hard, it is so fast, and it can soak hits, it's no contest. Scampy is by far the most improved Loomian during the Haunted Village event. And here it is, Scampy, deserving the number 1 in 1A spot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. During the part 2 of this update, they are going to add more rally moves for those Loomians, and if y'all want me to do a top 5 on the most improved Loomians from that update, please tell me in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about the Haunted Village update, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!